Ahoy, this is Zdenka. If you thought that the last year's released Hohem iSteady M6 was pretty good, the M7 will blow your mind, and I'm not kidding. This is a first look. Let's review all new features. This video is brought to you by Hohem. This is a 3-axis smartphone gimbal Hohem iSteady M7. The maximum payload has increased by a lot. You can now load on this gimbal 500 grams, so you can totally use those heavy reflex and freewheel lenses. It fits smartphones with width 58mm to 90mm and thickness up to 12.5mm. It also supports some foldable smartphones. The weight of this gimbal is 629 grams. When fully charged, it can run up to 12 hours if it is balanced properly and stationary. If you use AI tracking and light, the runtime is 3 to 4 hours. It's got reverse charging, so you can also charge your phone with it. Each axis has a lock. It's much better for carrying the gimbal and also installing the phone. You can install the phone in a vertical or horizontal position. Once you install the phone, unlock all 3 motors and turn it on, you will immediately notice the big 1.4-inch touchscreen that is also a remote, as you can detach the whole thing. More on that later. There is also a built-in, quite heavy-duty 193mm extension pole, so you can film yourself, film high shots and low-angle shots the easy way. The AI tracker is heavily upgraded, and this is literally where they got me. I started laughing and shaking my head once I actually found out what it can do when I was testing it. First of all, they added a lock so you cannot lose it. To remove it, you have to unlock it first. When you place it in, it locks automatically. There is the same on and off button as before. To enable tracking, you can use gestures and something else. Gestures are OK sign for enabling tracking. This is for shutter control to start and stop recording. This is for reframing the shot. And stop sign for ending tracking. So you can film in any app, native camera app, Blackmagic camera app, on Android you can film in Pro Video mode, you name it. But that's not everything. There is one more hidden thing inside of the AI tracker. Watch this. My phone is off. I don't have any app open. I'm going to detach the remote and swipe right. I see myself. Because there is a small 2-megapixel preview camera on the tracker. It doesn't record, it's for preview only. If I double tap myself, the tracking will start. If I press the side button, the tracking will pause. I can resume it the same way. If I triple tap, the tracking will stop. So now, when I turn the tracker around and film with rear cameras, I can see what is happening on the screen. What has also changed, that is no longer only for tracking humans. You can track everything: car, building, pet, hand, anything you select. This is also going to improve motion lapses, dolly zoom, and orbit shots in any app now, and it tracks all 360 around. Let's test 2 things: AI tracking distance and remote control distance. In the manual, it says that remote control distance is 10 meters, video transmission 7 meters, gesture recognition is between 0.5 to 5 meters, and tracking distance is between 0.5 to 7 meters. Let's see how fast it can track. I will need Casper for it, if he's up to it. I would also like to see if I get myself in the shot, if the tracking is still going to be on him, or if it will start tracking me instead. Since I'm already outdoors, let's check out stabilization. I'm going to do the typical hard walk, soft walk, and run for you to see how this gimbal performs. Let's return to the AI tracker. There is also a light built-in CCT and RGB that was there before. You can turn it on with the button on the control wheel as before, or you can use the remote. I'll show you that in a bit. Let's move on to remote now. There is a joystick, mode button, record button, side button, and charging port. The screen has 3 pages. The first one I already showed you is the video preview. This is the second page, and this is the third page. Let's go to the middle page and hit the roller controls. Here, you can fully customize the control wheel. Change roller function to roll, pan, or control the CCT light. You can turn on the light, and here are all controls for the light. You can change it to RGB, select any color, all is here. The light brightness has been increased by 50%. Illuminance is 40 lux on 0.5 meter. Let's return to the main menu. You can see gimbal's balance. You can switch gimbal modes and create your own custom mode. It's got pan follow mode, pan and tilt follow, point of view mode, all lock mode, sports mode, and inception mode that is full 360 degrees. That one can be also customized under scenario and rotation. You can adjust speed, enable tilt detect, and choose your movement. If you are going to be filming with a wide angle, you can move the arm away so it's not visible in a shot. Panorama has many options here as well: 3x3, 180, 360, and 720 VR. On the gimbal, there are waypoints that you may know from the previous version 6. You program with them movement from point A to point B. Well, on the remote, you can do even more. They added a motion time-lapse feature that lets you select up to 5 points of movement and select duration up to 180 minutes. If you're like me and wonder, well, aren't the A to B waypoints the same as motion time-lapse? Yeah, they are pretty much the same. I think it was easier for them to keep the A-B points and add the new motion time-lapse feature on top of it. But that is only what I think. The motion time-lapse feature is way better, as you can select up to 5 points and duration up to 180 minutes. Let's go to the last page. Here you can customize the joystick speed and movement. Next are all controls for the A-B waypoints I showed earlier. You can select a duration up to 30 minutes. You can select follow speed and go to more settings, where you can turn off gimbal sound beeps if you're filming at an event and change motor strength. Let's quickly jump into Hohem Joy app, as you can get additional features there. Besides taking panoramas, photos, videos, time lapses, time warp, and slow motion, there is a moment section where you can find video templates. You just select one of them and follow simple instructions. The final video will be edited with music. If you really want to load it up all the way so it looks all pro, let me show you something. I have reflex lens on it. I still have room to add more weights if I wanted to. I could also add counterweights here. There is a port. there is an optional accessory that Hohem offers, and it is Hohem BH01 handle that you can attach so you have the perfect grip and control over the movements. It really helps. I'll link it all this below for those interested, so let me know in the comments below, what do you think about all of this? I think it's a pretty big upgrade. I absolutely love the bigger payload. I like the tracking sensor. I love the screen. I love the remote. The only thing which a little bit disappoints me is the battery life. That is 12 hours. The previous version M6 had 18 hours battery life. Other than that, it's great. It's absolutely amazing how those gimbals developed over the years. It's going to be 7 years. I'm here on YouTube in January. And I remember the first gimbal I reviewed on this channel. And look where it got from there. It's completely a different technology. To be honest, I don't even know what else they can add on this. Give it a thumbs up if you found this video informative. Don't forget to subscribe for more, as there is a chain of tutorials related to this gimbal coming up, and there is a big chain. So don't miss out, and I'll see you in one of those videos next. Ciao, ahoj!